Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. This is the prayer. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukham apnuya. Let all be happy. Let all be healthy. Let all attain good. Let none become miserable. What a beautiful prayer. Let all become happy. Many people are told, if you pray like this, you will get benefit. Many people say, yes, we are getting benefit. Some people say, we are not getting benefit. I say, there is something wrong with your prayer. When you say, oh Lord, let all be happy, you won't put a bracket there, minus my mother-in-law, minus my daughter-in-law, minus my friend, minus my dad, who is like a terrorist sitting in my home. Some people told me, yes, students told me, what, they have killed Bin Laden. The greatest terrorist in my house only, my father and dad, greatest terrorist of the world. So, no, don't put a bracket there. Oh Lord, let all be happy. Irrespective of caste, creed, color, religion, nationality, let all be healthy, let all attain good, let none become miserable. That is the beautiful prayer. So, if we start prayer like this every day morning, you will find after some time your mind is becoming very peaceful. Others may or may not get peace, but you will immediately get peace. And Swamiji says, if your prayer is sincere, somebody in New York may get peace of mind if you pray for it. So anyway, so we have started this prayer. Now we are talking about the time management techniques. We have talked about A, that is analyze. B, bite as much as you can chew. So don't take up too many courses at a time. If you want to become a doctor, then you stick to that. But what if I don't get MBS? Why? There is Ayurvedic, there is homeopathy. You take up medical line. Decide. If you really want to become a doctor, why do you want to become a doctor? Because my friends have become a doctor. That is ridiculous. Every human being has got some original features, original speciality. You follow your own law of being rather than imitating like a monkey. Rather than becoming a, flock of sheep. Sheep. One teacher was taking a class on mathematics. Then he told, you see, 10 sheep were going along the road and 5 sheep went into the ditch. Now, let me know, how many left? 10 minus 5 is equal to 5. So, one student stood up, sir, 5. Then teacher said, yes, very good. Another boy stood up, sir, wrong. You fellow, you do not know this simple mathematics. 10 minus 5 is equal to 5. He is right. Sir, you are a mathematics teacher, so you know mathematics better than me. But you do not know the mathematics of sheep. I am the person who goes along with sheep every day. So I know the mathematics of sheep. Sheep, they have got this nature. If one sheep goes into the reach, second will go, third will go, fourth will go, fifth will go, sixth will go, seventh will go, eighth will go, ninth will go, and 10 will also go. If 10 out of 10 sheep, 5 sheep go to the reach, another 5 will also follow. 10 minus 5 is equal to 0. This is the mathematics of sheep. So similarly, sheep they want to imitate. Don't become like sheep. Be original. Be like a lion. I want to become a doctor. Please become a doctor. If you don't get admission in MBBS, you will get in some other college. If not in that college, you go far away. If not that college, you follow Ayurvedic. Ayurvedic? What you are talking about? You are degrading me. You are talking about BMS. I am talking about MBS and MD and you are talking BMS. Don't come to me next time. I am telling this is what exactly happened. When I went to somebody's house and that girl was weeping, but because she could not pass the entrance of medical and she was unhappy because she wanted to become a doctor, now she was started thinking whether she would take a computer course or BCA, this and that. I said, what? You want to become a doctor? You can become. But I am not getting admission. I said, you take up BMS. What? You are talking BMS? Is there any degree? Ayurvedic doctor. Is there any value? I am talking about 10 years back. At that time, really, at that time when somebody talked about Ayurvedic, then he will be laughing. I said, I know the trend. 10 years back, I told already in America, 70% people, Americans are now following alternative medicine. They are not following allopathy. After 10 years, the same thing will come to India. And then after 5 years, you will be in great demand as an Ayurvedic doctor. She could not believe. Later on, when she did not get anything, reluctantly, she followed my advice and became an Ayurvedic doctor. Followed BMS. And she met me 5 years back in Bombay. Swamiji, I am so thankful to you. That time I told so many bad things to you. I insulted you for suggesting me to take up BMS. But I am so happy. I am married to another person. Both of us are Ayurvedic doctors. We have opened a clinic in Delhi and the clinic is running so well. And her friends who were MBBS doctors, they did not get anything. Now they are doing MD, they are specialization. Even now they are only spending money, they started not earning. And this girl has started earning money like anything. They are doing Panchkarma also. So, if you decide that I want to become a doctor, there are so many other alternatives. Why do you want to go to engineering and which you do not like? Why don't you want to take up? Because my friends have taken up. No. You find out your own law of being. And don't sit down on so many horses at a time. Even if you want to give test, first give this test. After 1 year, then you give that test. Then you give another test. But you want to give all the tests and then you say time management is very difficult. How to manage time? Only 24 hours and I have to give examination 10 papers within 1 day. How to prepare? Who told you to take up so many exams at a time? No, because my mom told you this one, my daddy told this one, my brother said this one, my friend told this one. So all of them are telling me like this. And so all the suggestions I am taking, so all the tests I am appearing and I don't have time. I said even if you get 36 hours, then also you will have shortage because you will appear another 10 examinations. If you get 48 hours, you will appear in another 100 examinations. So you will never get time unless you reduce the number of examinations. Write as much as you can. See, combine the activities. So many activities can be combined. For example, you are traveling in a car. Put a CD in the car and listen to the CD. Of course you are doing that, but you are listening to pop music. What I am saying is that you listen to a very good lecture which will give you information, which will give you guideline on how to develop your personality. These CDs are available down below. You will find so many CDs of my lectures, of others' lectures, total personality development, stress management, meditation excellence in life. So many CDs are there. Put those CDs when you or you've got iPod. If not iPod, you've got mobile. In the mobile you put another card, 2 GB. And in that you download all this to the computer and go on listening. I find so many youngsters, they are least bothered about what is happening in the compartment. I am traveling. They are least bothered. They have become yogis. I said, these are yogis? They are not talking at all. Not talking, monam. Oh my God. Then I found out they have got something here and they are listening to pop music. They are so much absorbed, they do not know what is happening in the compartment. Anyway, but you can utilize the same technique while traveling. Supposing you are cooking. Of course, nowadays the girls are not cooking, they say, oh, that is the job for the mom. I will become doctor, this and that. I will have a maid servant who will do all this cooking and all that. But anyway, if you are cooking, while the cooker is on, what will you do? At that time you can listen to music, you can do some housewives, they are very efficient. At the same time when the cooker is on, they will take the duck, they will prepare chapati out of that. Simultaneously 3-4 work they will do. So they will finish the meal in one hour. Everything is ready. They know, because they have to combine so many jobs. They are working outside, they have to look after the children. So they have to combine. There is no other way out. We have to combine so many activities. And that can be done. Where there is a will, there is a way. So, for students also, supposing you are taking tea, what are you doing? Wasting time in taking tea. But tea is, I like tea, so 3-4 times I take. Don't worry, you take tea. What can you do? You prepare good charts and graphs. Okay? Good charts and graphs, which you want to remember. Chemistry charts and graphs, or their charts and graphs of physics. All these things you put on the wall, or some good quotations you put on the wall, which you want to remember. So what are you doing? You are taking tea and seeing the chart. Taking tea, seeing the chart. Every day you are seeing the chart. Same chart. For how much? 1 month. What happens? The chart is already entered here. So what happens? During the examination, if there is shortage of time, you are not able to write down everything. If you put down the chart, the teacher will know that you know the chart. And that is all. Because the chart is everything. So, put the charts and graphs, and while taking tea, you see the chart, both the things are done simultaneously. Likewise, you try to combine activities. You find out for yourself, there are so many activities which can be combined. But, do not combine the dangerous activities. Some people are driving and they are meditating. Don't do that. With the closed eyes they are meditating. Oh, Swamiji told, then if the accident happens, what to do? Swamiji क्या वो time management program में गए थे, उन्होंने कहा था combine the activities. तो सुबह meditation का time नहीं मिला, driving करते समय आँख बंद कर meditation कर रहा हूँ, accident हो गया, मैं क्या हुआ? वो पकड़ो स्वामी निखिलेश्वरानंद को. When I am telling you combine the activities, you combine those activities which are not really dangerous. You, with open eyes, you drive and listen to music, that's okay. But don't listen to very serious lectures. That you listen when you are sitting on the back. Or when you are not driving. But when you are driving, don't put on such lecture which requires a lot of concentration. Smooth, soothing music is okay. So likewise, when you are trying to combine, don't see that, please see to it that it does not become a dangerous activity. Try to combine in such a manner that it gives more efficiency. Both activities are done, performed simultaneously with more productivity. You will yourself find out so many activities which can be combined. For example, you are traveling by bus. Now, you do not get any space. If you get the space, you can read. Isn't it? You can read your book, you can study also. But supposing you don't get any space, what to do? At that time, you put a paper in your pocket. What are the things you want to learn by heart? Some sloka, some formula. You put it in your own paper only. See paper for 1 minute, put down. Try to remember. Again take down. Again put. So by the time the bus reaches there, you already mucked up 10 mantras or 10 formulas, isn't it? So that is a productive way of utilizing your time. Otherwise what will happen? You will be simply standing, oh साला बस वाला तो हमको जगह भी नहीं देता है, कैसी बस है, बहुत गाली दिया, उसने सुना भी नहीं. उसने तो सुना नहीं, तुम्हारा ब्लड प्रेशर ज्यादा हुआ और नुकसान किसको हुआ? तुमको ही हुआ. But if you utilize that time, चलो आज जगह नहीं मिली तो आज हमारा किताब पढ़ना नहीं होगा. At least I can remember some slokas by heart or some formulas by heart. So then no loss of any temperament also, and at the same time utilizing your time. So combine all the activities wherever possible. Fourth, most important, delegate. Some students are very intelligent. They delegate their homework. to their friend, oh, mere liye jara kar dena na homework. No, don't delegate your homework. Then otherwise, examination में तुम बोलोगे ऐसे मेरे बल्ले exam दे देना. It will not be allowed. Even if you do that, हुआ था ना अहमदाबाद में केस हुआ था. दूसरा कोई गया था वो अभी जेल में है कि नहीं? So don't do that. But wherever what I am saying, what are the items to be delegated? Some work which can be performed with some others without any loss to you. That item should be delegated. Then you find out what are the items that can be delegated. For example, your mom delegates some items to the maid servant, isn't it? Some items are delegated to the maid servant. But you should try to do your own work. Self-help is the best help. So don't delegate some items which are your own work, which are your own activities. But wherever possible, where it is possible and where it is desirable, those activities only you delegate. Now when we come to delegate, there are two problems. Supposing if I delegate that particular activity, and if that person, this doubt comes to our mind, if that person is not able to perform with the same efficiency, what will happen? This is the doubt, and that is why we do not delegate. Why don't we delegate? Because if you do that work, if I don't do that work and I get the work done from somebody else, he may not be able to do the work efficiently. That is our fear, and so we don't delegate. Second problem is, the doubt comes. Supposing if I give the work to him, and if he does more efficiently than me, then I will lose my job. There is another fear. So both the ways we are doubtful. One, we are not delegating because we are afraid that he will not be able to perform better. Second, there is a fear. If he performs better, then he will get my job and I will be demoted. Or I will be transferred. So, this comes because we are afraid of transfer. This comes because we are afraid of losing our job. Why? Because we are not having self-confidence. So, delegation will come only you are confident. No, even if I do the job, I will get a better job. Then only delegation will come. Second thing is that don't be a perfectionist. If you are a perfectionist, you will never be able to delegate the job because you know in the whole world, you will be able to only perform this job. Nobody else can do it. That is a perfectionist. So if you become a perfectionist, you can never delegate the job. And so all types of job you want to do yourself, you want to write letters, you want to do this one, you want to do good polish also, you want to do that also, you want to do that also. Everything, you want to do laundry also, you want to do that also. And all the time together, if you are not able to reach in time anywhere, and you miss the train and you miss the bus, and then you get the banging of your boss, and then you become agitated, and so you come with lot of tension to the office, from the office to the home, and you have quarreled with the wife and children. All these things are happening. Why? You did not delegate. So delegation is very important, but you must know before you delegate when to delegate, how to delegate, whom to delegate. If you find out a person is not ready to take up your work, in that case you will have to train that person to take up that work. Before you delegate, you give training to that person, number one. Sometimes the training takes a lot of time. So you say, my God, if I had done the work, I would have taken half an hour, but training takes 3 hours. But you forget, afterwards, once that person becomes efficient, then for whole year, he will be doing your job. This is not wasted. This is investment. When you are training a person, it is investment. But of course, you must see to that the person does not get transferred after your training. Otherwise, your time gone west. Your energy gone west. So you see to it that at least for 1 year he will be there to give you returns of your training. And then you will train that person. So when to delegate, how to delegate, and whom to delegate. If the person is not yet ready, you train that person and then delegate. But delegation will reduce lot of your time, will reduce lot of your pressure, will give you lot of extra time if you can really delegate properly to the proper person. F. Focus. Do one thing at a time. There are so many people, they want to do so many things at a time and they are neither do anything, any of the work is not done efficiently or perfectly. Isn't it? So, do one thing at a time. When Arjuna was asked by Drona, what do you see? What did he say? Parrot? Parrot's eye, not parrot. Isn't it? Similarly, your attention focusing should be only one job. Do one thing at a time with 100% attention, with 100% focusing. Then the job will be done perfectly well. So focusing is very important. Doing one thing at a time. If you want to go for engineering, then give only engineering admission, entrance. If you want to go for medical entrance. Find out for yourself which will be easier for you or better for you, and also what is your aptitude. If an S takes up the skin of the tiger, it does not become a tiger. Isn't it? It will be found out that it is not a tiger. Because when the grass will be there, the ass will go and start eating the grass. And people will find out, oh, this fellow is not a tiger, it is an ass, donkey. They will find out. So, don't try to imitate others, and you find out your own law of being, and so, focus. Before that, there is one I have left out. Most important item is that one. That is, eliminate. Eliminate. There are so many items which are taking up lot of your time, but they can be easily eliminated from your timetable. You yourself sit down today. After going back to home, you think, what are the items I am doing which can be eliminated? There are so many items which we are doing unnecessarily. Somebody has started. Some cat was coming, and so in the ashrama they had made a rule that one person, one brahmachari will prepare a food for cat and put it there near the particular place where the cat will eat and come. Now that cat died 20 years back, but this rule is going on for the last 40 years. They are religiously preparing the food, putting it in one corner, nobody is eating up, but because our Guru had told, so we have to follow. But that cat has died, but you still go on. So eliminate that activity, how much time is wasted is being done. Likewise, you will find out so many items of work which you are doing unnecessarily because somebody has started some place, some particular time, and you are religiously following the same ritual. Because you have taken it for granted that I have to do it. Why? Somebody XYZ says that you have to do it, so I am doing it. But why? You ask the question why. So every activity what you are doing, put the question, why I should do it. And the answer will be, there is no answer. If the answer is no, then immediately eliminate that activity. If the answer is not there, eliminate it. If you get the answer, no, I must do this activity because this activity will give me so much profit. On the long run, it is an investment. On the long run, this activity will be beneficial. Of course, then you must do it. No, somebody had told me so many years back, to that activity, I am going on doing that. So eliminate, you will find out yourself, so many activities are there which you can easily eliminate. Find out for yourself. This will be the biggest trick in your time management. Most important is that if you eliminate the activity, na rahega baat, na bajegi bansuri. Na rahega baat, na bajegi bansuri. So, if the activity itself is eliminated, it is not a question of reducing the time. It is completely reducing the activity. This will be the most important thing. Eliminate. Focusing I have done. G. This is your favorite item. G is gossiping. Gossiping has to be reduced. But I know you cannot eliminate gossiping, so I have put another G. You can eliminate gossiping, and you like gossiping so much. So, okay, there is sometimes you can devote to gossiping, but there should be a limit to gossiping. Sometimes gossiping is good. You can, exchange whatever is inside you are burning. It comes out by gossiping. But all types of unnecessary gossiping about XYZ is not going to give you any benefit. Ultimately, it is wastage of time for all the 3 or 4 of you who are gossiping. Minimum 3-4 are required for gossiping. So, and there are various types of gossiping. XYZ, he is doing like this and she is doing like this. This is what he did. This teacher did like this and that lady teacher is like this and she is like this. Likewise, when the students are there, normally they will be talking about the teacher. Normally. Or about some other friend. Gossiping. Oh, he is ऐसा किया, उसने ऐसा किया. All negative things. Positive नहीं होगा. ये टीचर बहुत अच्छी, इसने आज बहुत इतना अच्छा ये काम किया नहीं. वो ऐसी है, ऐसा ही ऐसा. अच्छा, फायदा किसको हो, नुकसान किसको हो? बोलो. चारों लोगों ने अपना टाइम का सत्यानाश किया. All the 4 people, they have wasted their own time with benefit to none. With benefit to none. So gossiping has to be reduced. To the extent possible, I know you will not be able to reduce gossiping, but whatever little you can do. Because gossiping you like very much. That is your blood, it is in the blood. So whatever you can reduce, that much is your benefit. Then, H is harmony. Harmony between work and worship. Harmony between office work and home work. This balancing is very important. Those who are housewives at the same time they are working outside. For them this balancing, harmonizing the work in the office and harmonizing work in the family. Responsibilities are there. Both you have to look after. Afterwards you will have to find out priorities, which is more important. Then you have to give more time to maybe to office work. Or if you find out there are children, very young children, they need your attention, then you have to give more attention to family. At that time you have to take leave from the office if necessary. So this harmony between your various activities, harmony between work and worship, because you must also meditate, you must also do little exercise. This harmony between various types of activities is a must, and your planning should also involve this harmony. Then I is for interference. You see, lot of our work gets hampered because we are not able to concentrate. Just when we are taken up, then suddenly there is an SMS from my friend. क्या SMS आया? अरे आज रात को 8 बजे उधर है. अभी 8 बजे रात को वहाँ जाना है आइसक्रीम पार्टी में. मन तो वहाँ चला गया. सुबह 8 बजा है, आइसक्रीम पार्टी रात को 8 बजे SMS आ गया. इंटरफेरेंस हो गया. फिर थोड़ा सा पढ़ने में मुश्किल से थोड़ा सा टेंशन हुआ. मम्मी ने बुलाया, इधर आ तो वो ये ले आ, सब्जी ले आ. अरे मम्मी मेरा तो सब खत्म हो गया. अच्छा चलो, फिर वो किया. तो उसके बाद में छोटा भाई आकर के नोटबुक ले गया. छोटे भाई को गाल डांटा, उसने उतना टाइम गया. So there are lot of interruptions. Then for those who are in the managerial cadre, they have got interruption of visitors, interruptions of telephones, interruptions of the customer, so many types of interference. Then most of the officers, they got this interference from the boss. Said, my productivity goes on, the boss is there, my one. When my boss goes out of station, that is the golden day, then I can work. Otherwise, every 5 minutes, without any reason, you get either off. Because he's the boss, I have to go. And for no reason, and then once I go there, he will start talking on phone to other people. So he is wasting my time. But I cannot tell it because he is boss. So he is wasting my time. So most of the time, we are miserable creatures. So many people are eating away our time. So many interruptions are coming. So we have to see that these interruptions are minimum. Now, some interruptions are not in our hand. For example, interruption from the boss. It is not in our hand. But interruptions from our subordinates that we can reduce. I can tell them, between 10 to 11 you have to come. 11 to 12 I am concentrating on my job, don't come. Similarly, you prepare your own timetable. That time, you tell your mom, whatever work you want to do, I will do it. But 10 to 12 is my study time. Don't disturb me at that time. Likewise, you have to see that interruptions are minimum. Then J is for judging yourself. Judging yourself how much time you are utilizing, how much you are wasting. Judging yourself how many techniques of time management you are utilizing. Judging yourself as to whether you are sticking to your plans or not. So this is self-evaluation. Judging yourself is self-evaluation in terms of time management. This is very important. Then K is keep up the time. That is be punctual. We talk about punctuality, which is not in our blood. In India, we don't believe in punctuality because we live in eternity. But we will have to live in time. We have to be in time. Otherwise, suppose if we are late for interview, I know one person was late by 5 minutes for the interview and lost his job. What a great catastrophe. He was late because he said the train was late. That is no excuse. Why did you take that train? You know Indian Railways, they never are running in time, and still you took the Indian train in such a time that only half an hour margin you took. When I book my tickets by air, I know that the flight will get cancelled. There is every possibility, so I must have provision for what there should be gap of 5 to 6 hours. So if that flight is cancelled, connecting flight next I must get. With that provision only I am booking my tickets nowadays. So anytime they may cancel the tickets, cancel the flight. So who is at fault? You know these airlines can cancel the airline ticket, cancel the flights anytime. You must be prepared for that. If you are going to some places, there will be traffic jam. You must be prepared for that. You must know there are so many uncertainties will come. You must be prepared for the uncertainties. There may be traffic jam, there may be flight will be cancelled, the train may be late. All these calculations you should do while you are planning your activity. So that is why keeping the time when you want to be punctual, best way is to reach before time. To plan in such a manner that you reach before time. That is the best way. Safest way is to reach before time. If you reach before time, nobody is going to penalize you. Of course, there is another extreme also. One of our Swamijis, he is a very senior Swamiji many years back. He used to go 8 hours in advance. The train is in the evening 6 o'clock, he will go morning 8 o'clock. And all the Swamijis, they will say, Swamiji, this is too much. Because he is president of the order. Then he will get a good chair in the railway station. All the other devotees have to stand for 8 hours. It is too much of a tapasya, ordeal. So he will be told, Maharaj, it is not necessary to go so much ahead. If we go 2 hours in advance, that is enough. And he says, no, we must go 8 hours in advance. Now from Begumat to railway station, Howrah railway station is only 4 kilometers. And he is going by car. So it hardly takes half an hour, maximum 1 hour. But he said, no, I must go. Then he said, but why you want to go? You go at least 2 hours in advance. But why 6 hours? He said, you do not know. What I am telling you, do like that. Then reluctantly they started morning 10 o'clock. And it so happened that very day there was a function. And those days in that road there was no puncture shop. So they had to take the track. Somebody had to go all the way running to a very long shop. By the time they came back it was 4 o'clock. Then put the wheel and they reached only half an hour before the train left. Then Maharaj told, now you know why I start early? Now there is no answer. But that is extreme case. But normally we should have at least 1 or 2 hours of margin. Supposing there is a puncture in the car, what happens? But if you calculated you want to meet the CM, Chief Minister, then the appointment is 10:30. And it is 2.5 hours journey from Baroda to Ahmedabad. What time it should start? 8 o'clock. 2.5 hours. If there is a puncture, what happens? She will not wait for you. Similarly, yesterday, the program was in the evening. So I thought I will start after lunch. I'll start after lunch, say 2 o'clock I will start, only 2.5 hours. So by 5 o'clock I will be there. And 6:30 is the program. There is enough gap, enough margin. But still, I said no. I don't want to take this. I started at 9:30, reached at 12:30. So I had enough time. There was no tension at the last minute. And at 6 o'clock, I reached the AM. No problem. So nobody is going to penalize you if you go before time. But if you miss the train, you have to blame yourself. That is why. And frequently, when you want the train to be late, it is not there. 90% of the time the train is late. But when you are late, the train is not in time. Train is in time. What to do? That is why we have to keep time, be punctual. I forgot to tell about one Swamiji. He was very punctual. Swami Nikhileswarananda Maharaj, he was the 11th president of our Ramakrishna Mountain Mission. I had the privilege of being in his company for some time. And he was, before joining the monk, before becoming monk, he was in military. So he used to just work like a military. In fact, Ramakrishna Mission, everything goes by its watch. Exactly 12 o'clock lunch means exactly 12 o'clock there will be bell. Morning 5 o'clock there will be Mangal Aarti, exactly 5 o'clock there will be Shankar. The conch shell will blow and now I have to come to Aarti. Exactly 7 o'clock there will be bell, so you have to come for breakfast. Everything goes by the bell, timing. Exactly evening hours there is prayer, that time you have to be in the prayer. You cannot be 1 minute late or so. So that is a military rule. But we are all following that military rule, but he was extra military, extra special. You know, if his timetable is so perfect, every day morning he goes at 6:15 for morning walk. 7 o'clock he will take his breakfast. 7:30 he will take Upanishad class. Then 8 o'clock he will take back. 8:30 he will be again on the job for writing commentary on Shankaracharya or whatever it is. Everything is fixed to the dot. And when he started going for walk, if your watch is showing 6 o'clock, your watch is wrong. It is 6:15. You can correct the watch by seeing his movement. To the dot, every minute to minute. Lunch at this time is like this time. Walking at this time. Everything is so calculated, so fixed. So that was the Swamiji. He was known for his punctuality. I had the privilege. When I joined the Ramakrishna Mission at Biruma, I was a management consultant, so I had some ego. Oh, I am a management consultant. So I was not afraid. I was very free. Though I was just a junior brahmachari, I was the junior most member of the order. I had the audacity, and he was the general secretary. General secretary is the sort of, chief executive of the whole organization, world organization. Chief executive, general secretary. Of course, the real head is president, but president does not involve himself in any executive affairs. So he is almost like a CEO of an organization, topmost. And I am the junior most. Topmost per order person, and I am the junior most at the time when I joined. And I had the audacity, and his eyes were big, so somebody would read out, and then he will listen. So that was his routine, and then he will correct and everything. So every day I heard at 2 o'clock. After lunch, he takes some rest, and then 2 o'clock, he listens to some books, that new book that have been published, somebody will read out for 15 minutes. Some other Swamiji was looking after that. So I went one day and told Swamiji, can I have the privilege of reading out to you every day 2 o'clock? It will be a great privilege for me. I just joined. I did not know that Swamiji is considered to be very grave and nobody has the courage to go to him and talk to him. But I was very free, so I told like that. He said, okay, you come from tomorrow. So next day morning I heard he is very particular about time. So I did not take this one. From 12 o'clock itself I was full of tension after lunch. I sat down on the bench just opposite his room. Exactly at 2 o'clock he opened his door. I went inside the book, told me to sit down, I read out, exactly 2:15, okay, you can go. For 3 days I went off very well. Fourth day, now I become a little relaxed. The fourth day, I said, let me take a little nap. So I took a little nap, because early morning we have to get up at 4 o'clock, 3:30 we have to get up. So naturally, we are tired, there's a lot of work to do. So I took a little nap. And suddenly I found it was already 2 o'clock. And immediately washed my face and ran. My God, already it's 5 minutes past 2. And the door was open. And then I felt so sorry, so I went inside and just prostrated. He told me to sit down. I sat down. As soon as I sit down, there was a watch. A clock was there. It was facing like this. He did not do anything. He did not tell a single sentence. What he did? He just turned the clock towards me. That's all. My God. You can imagine my condition. The clock is like this. He did not say a single word. He just turned the clock like this towards me. My God. Next day, no afternoon nap. I used to sit down on the chair, on the bench in front of him immediately after lunch. He did not utter a single word. He did not tell me why you have read nothing. He just turned the clock. You can imagine how dangerous. Just turned the clock towards me. That was a great lesson. But this punctuality helps a lot. So, keep the time, that is key. And learn to say no. Sometimes we want to oblige everybody. Oh, yes, I will do that. Yes, I will do that. Somebody else puts it up. And when the horse is running, everybody puts his thing on his that donkey. Okay, donkey is going, okay. One more work. And you want to oblige everybody? But you must have the courage to say no. No, this cannot be done. Your friend is telling you, come for the cricket match, you must watch I am going to play in the cricket, so you must watch me while I am betting. At the same time, you have to go to another place or another party. At the same time, you have told your teacher that you will do this homework. So you have to find out the priority. And when you say, at this time you are ought to do study, you tell your friend, I am very sorry. Very politely, sweetly, but you must say no. Don't put it harshly. But you must be very firm in your reply. No, I am sorry. I can't come to watch your match because I have already committed myself to the homework. So these are the things which you have to learn. Learn to say no when needed. Not always. When needed, you must learn to say no. Manage. M is for managing. Managing your health, physical health, for which you must take exercise. You must find out some time for exercise. Then you must manage your routine, and at the same time you must manage your dress. They should be properly washed, they should be properly. So everything about you, managing yourself, managing your dress, managing your layout, managing your health. Everything, this managing is very important. If you manage it better, then only you will be able to manage your time properly. Now, N is for now or never. Now or never. You remember a couplet of Tulsidas. काल करे सो आज करे सो अब, पलमा पल्ले होएगी, बहुरी करे तो कब. और अपोजिट पार्टी क्या बोलता है? आज करे सो काल करे सो परसों, इतनी क्या है प्यारे जब जीना है परसों. So this second party, they belong to the group of lazy people. Procrastination. अरे यार आज नहीं कल करेंगे. कुछ भी and tomorrow never comes. You know, tomorrow is a very beautiful word. Tomorrow, because there is always a tomorrow. अच्छा नहीं कल करेंगे, और कल जब आएगा तो फिर एक कल आने वाला है, अच्छा कल करेंगे, फिर कल और कल, ऐसा करके पोस्टपोन होते होते 1 साल निकल गया, अभी तक वो बाकी काम का ऐसे ही बाकी है। ये जिसको संस्कृत में बोलते हैं दीर्घ सूत्री, ये तामसिक गुण है, तमोगुण, दीर्घ सूत्री। एवरीथिंग यू गो ऑन टू रनिंग, अरे कल होगा, इतना जल्दी क्या है, पहले जब जीना है परसों, कल होगा, एंड कल नेवर कम्स, टुमारो नेवर कम्स। सो वॉट एवर यू थिंक इज नीडेड इज अर्जेंट, डू इट नाउ, नॉट टुडे, नाउ। काल करे सो आज करे सो अब, और नहीं किया अब तो कभी नहीं होगा कब, कभी नहीं होगा, कभी नहीं होगा, वो गया हो गया, वो रह जाएगा ऐसा ही काम। तो स्टूडेंट्स लोग यू नो वो होमवर्क अच्छा सब्जेक्ट को होमवर्क जल्दी कर लेते हैं, जो सब्जेक्ट ऐसे नहीं रहता कि कल करेंगे, मूड नहीं आ रहा है, वो फिर कल का अरे कल करेंगे, वो फिर कल कभी नहीं आता, तो अच्छा नहीं लगता है। So you go on postponing. एक दिन तो करना पड़ेगा, so why don't you do it today? Why do you wait for the teacher to give an adverse note in your notebook, in your diary? Why do you wait for that? And then you feel so bad about it. But what is to be done? You went on postponing the issue, so that you have to suffer. So काल करे सो आज करे सो, don't postpone. So procrastination is to be avoided. Now or never. O is for organizing. Organizing your papers, organizing your notebooks, organizing your books, organizing your study table, organizing your office table, organizing your kitchen furniture, organizing your drawing table, organizing your environment. All these things, if they are well organized, you will find less time. Many people, they have to waste so much of time in seeing the paper because they have been jumbled up together. वो सीने मैगजीन भी के साथ में सब तुम्हारा पेपर भी चला गया। अब इतना सारा सीने मैगजीन निकालो, पेपर निकालो, न्यूज़पेपर निकालो, उसके बीच में से वो पेपर निकलेगा, उससे 2 घंटे चला गया, वेस्टेज। So you must have proper filing system. You must have proper notebook. Sri Ramakrishna was so methodical. He was very particular. He had only one almirah. On the first, here. So that is, you have got so many this drawer. So he knew every drawer what is there. Our 10th president of our Ramakrishna order, Nikhileswarananda Maharaj, I had the privilege to serve him. I saw with my own eyes. His eyes were very big, but he will tell you this item has come. One of our Swamiji said that shawl is not there. No, that shawl is there. He said, I saw the whole thing. Then he said, open the 3rd drawer. From the 9th number is the shawl that has come on that day from so and so person. Everything is so methodical. Without his eyes, he can say where it is kept. Because it has been kept methodically, so you are able to find out. So everything should be methodical. You have to organize that. If you say lot of your time goes in searching of papers, searching of notebooks, in searching of books. It is all jumbled up together, and sometimes it is in another room also. If there is no one room also. If there is one room, at least one room only has to be searched. And if there are 3 rooms, then 3 rooms have to be searched. You do not remember where did you keep that notebook which you brought from your friend for copying. It is now not traceable. So 2 hours are lost. This is all wastage. So organize your work, organize your environment, organize your files, organize your study table, organize your layout, everything. Now most important thing is P. Planning. Planning is most important thing. You must plan. If you do not plan, then you cannot have time management. In America, one big industries, he told a management consultant, if you can really teach me only one technique I want. If you can give me one effective technique of time management, and if it proves to be useful, I will give you $25,000. he told. He said, okay. Then the management consultant, what did he give? He gave one pad of blank paper, that's all. He gave one pad of blank papers and told, every night you write down what you are going to do next day in the order of priority. Item number 1, most important. Item number 2, less important. Item number 3, still less important. Write down the item that you are going to do. And after 1 month, the industry sent a check of $25,000 to that management person. He said, oh, you have reduced my work like anything. And I am now fine. I did not get any time previously, but now I have time for everything. Why? Because time management, everything is pre-planned. He knows tomorrow, most priority item is number 1. Go on ticking. Second, ticking. Out of 20, he has already finished 17 items. The very first day. Next day, 18 items. Next day, 19 items. So he is able to finish. Why? Because it is in order of priority. Why? Because he has already planned in advance. So planning is very important. So planning for the future activities, planning for the whole life, then long-term planning, then short-term planning, and you must prepare a to-do list. That is called to-do list. What I am going to do tomorrow, you write down. And start clicking. But most important item number 1 would be the most important item. Most urgent item, which you must do tomorrow. Next priority, next priority, next priority. If you are able to finish 50% items, you must thank your stars. Yes, you are going ahead in your time management. And so you will find you are becoming better and better in time management. Q. Quit. In 1942 there was Quit India movement. And so Britishers had to quit India. Now you have to start another quit movement. What is quit? Not quit India. Quit TV. Quit idiot box. You know why TV is called idiot box? You don't know. In America they made a research. And they, here in India, it is the second generation of TV viewers. But in America, it is the third generation of TV viewers. 1964, the TV had come. Now the third generation has come. What they have found, the children whose grandparents, the children now who are born, the children whose parents were seeing more than 6 hours of TV and whose grandparents were also seeing more than 6 hours of TV, those children who are born, they are born with a special faculty, very strong optical nerve. They can see TV now of 10 hours. Very same optical nerve. And there is no analytical nerve, altogether absent. No analytical nerve. They are born with a defect, with strong optical nerve, because their parents were seeing the TV nicely, so they have got strong optical nerve. And right from the childhood, there is no analytical nerve at all, because you don't have to analysis, no? Everything goes 3 dimensions in TV. You don't have to imagine anything. Everything is ready-made. So no analytical nerve. That is why they called it the name idiot box. So if you see the idiot box more, you will become idiot. So you want to become idiot, see the idiot box more and more. And that also depends what type of idiot box you are, how you are making use of that idiot box. Misusing or using it. There are some good channels, Discovery Channel, I do not know, we don't have idiot box in our ashrama, but I heard there are some good channels. So if there are good channels, if you are seeing, it will not be harmful, rather it will be beneficial. But most of the time we are seeing all kinds of trash. In the name of entertainment, they are just spoiling our mind. And they are spoiling our brain. And that is why they are idiot box. So if you want to save time, quit idiot box. You find out whatever is not beneficial for you, you quit that one. Supposing one friend is a drug addict. And he wants you to become a drug addict. Every day he comes and tells you, please come, please come. Then what you should do? Quit that friend. Quit that friend. Okay? Jaisa dhan, vaisa dhan. So, what type of friendship you keep, that decides your future. So, you must quit that friend. You must quit that idiot talk. Whatever comes in way of your character building, whatever comes in way of your personality development, whatever comes in way of progress, whatever comes in your way of study, quit that. Quit. Simply quit. You have to be very hard and harsh. Quit. So, quitting is very important. Then, R. R is the most important thing. What is R? Routine. There must be a fixed routine. Today itself, you must prepare a routine. Many people, they prepare the routine, and the very first day there is function. Morning 5 o'clock I'll get up, they just put the alarm and just press the button, again sleep. It happens, doesn't matter. Again may. Then put the alarm clock at a long distance, so that you have to get up and then put the stop button. By that time your half sleep will be gone. Then immediately after getting up, put some water on the eyes and do some exercise. And then you stop the button. Now you can't sleep after the exercise. So anyway, prepare a routine. Routine means there should be timetable for 24 hours. How are you going to utilize this 86,400 seconds? You must prepare a routine and try to follow the routine as much as possible. What happens? For some days it will be very difficult because it becomes monotonous and you don't like it. You want variety. So one routine is there. This is the time, morning 7 o'clock to go to school, 1 o'clock come back from the school. This is okay. That is fixed. You don't mind that because that is already you are following it. But other things are very difficult. Other things are very difficult. Getting up morning early, then doing exercise, doing meditation, and you must reserve some time for prayer, meditation, and reading good books. Below we have brought out a very good bookstall from Baroda. You must take some books and CDs from there, and every day, morning and evening, 15 minutes, you must invest in your character building, your personality development, in your efficiency. Your efficiency will go up if your mind gets purified, if your mind gets concentrated, if you get more confidence. So every day you must invest some time, morning, evening, minimum 5 minutes for reading, 5 minutes of prayer, 5 minutes of meditation. So prepare a routine in such a manner. This is the time to get up. This is the time to prepare yourself, freshen up. Then this time is for breakfast, this time for meditation and prayer, this time for going to school or college, this time coming back from school or college. Then afterwards, you have some time for your rest, then some time for entertainment, some time for gossiping, some time for TV, some time for sports, whatever you want to keep. You keep, I don't mind. Try to keep something as much as possible, as less as possible, but you keep it, I don't mind. But everything must, whatever you return, you must stick to it. Today, something, tomorrow something, no. There must be fixed. So many students, they come to me. Then I start, अच्छा भैया सुबह कितने बजे उठते हो? कुछ निश्चित कभी 6 बजे, कभी 7 बजे, रविवार 9 बजे रहते हैं। अच्छा भैया तुम्हारा सोने का टाइम क्या है? कुछ निश्चित नहीं है। कभी 10 बजे, कभी 11 बजे। अच्छी पिक्चर देखनी पड़ जाएगा, ठीक। अच्छा भाई तुम्हारा पढ़ाई का टाइम क्या है? निश्चित नहीं है, मूड आता पढ़ लेते। अच्छा भाई तुम्हारा टीवी देखने का टाइम क्या है? निश्चित नहीं। खेलने का टाइम निश्चित नहीं। अच्छा वो कह रहा खाने का टाइम, बोले जब भूख लगती खा लेते हैं। पढ़ने का निश्चित नहीं, टीवी देखने का निश्चित नहीं। एंड देन दे कम टू, अच्छा स्वामी जी ये मन की एकाग्रता कब आई? कुछ निश्चित नहीं है। तुम्हारा रिप्लाई तुमको वापस. मन की एकाग्रता चाहिए. If you want concentration, you must have fixed routine. Why? At present, we are not able to concentrate our mind. Why? Because mind is not our control. We are not under the control of our mind. At present, mind is not under our control. We are under the control of our mind. So we must control the mind. How to control the mind? By controlling life. How to control the life? By regulating our mind. So routine is very important. And if you do every day one thing at a time, at particular time your mind gets adjusted. So, you know the batsman, no cricket. The batsmen, when they start playing, first of all they watch, they judge the bowling. Whether it is leg spin or off spin, how much is the pitch is giving turn. And then they play their shot. And if they start their shot maximum making, they will cut out in the mountain line. So, every day when you start some activity, you have to watch. Okay? But if you are doing the activity every day at the same time, then settling down time is zero. Because your mind is already settled. It is already there in the mind. Every day, 12 o'clock, you have to take lunch. So when 12 o'clock, there will be bell in the ashrama. Sometimes there is no, I am not in the ashrama, I am here. But as soon as 12 o'clock, the bell will ring from inside. I said, no, not in the ashrama. Here, you can't take food now. I have to tell. But it rings. Whenever there is any time, it rings. Now the time, morning 5 o'clock. Yes, get up. Time for meditation. So because it has become adjusted, it becomes easy. So fixed routine is very important. Prepare a routine. It will save a lot of your settling down time. If you are doing a particular activity at a particular time, the mind will be prepared to do that activity. Isn't it? So you try to find out for yourself how much time management you are able to manage properly and how much efficiency goes up by your time management. Proper. By this you are fixing up a routine. But this routine should not be too much idealistic. Don't make it too much ideal. Then otherwise what will happen, for 2 days you will try, you will not be able to follow the routine. Then so, chalo bhai, hamare bas ka rog nahi. Prepare a routine which you can follow, make it practicable, and try to make it as ideal as possible gradually. For example, every day you are getting at 6 o'clock. Okay, from tomorrow I will get up at 5:45. Not much. Then after 1 month, if you are able to get up at 5:45, then you make it 5:30. Every day you are studying 2 hours, then make it 2 hours now in the timetable. Then increase to 2.5 hours after 2 months. Gradually increase. So try to make a timetable which is practicable for you. Don't make it too ideal a timetable. Otherwise you will fail and then you will feel miserable and then you will never go for a timetable. So make a routine. R. Then S. S is saving the time minute by minute. You know sometimes there is a match, cricket match, and the bowling is very tight. Very nice bowling. What do? If you play the shot, you will be caught out. Then what to do? But you have to make the run. It is one day. What do? Stealing the run. What do? Stealing. Because everywhere the fielding is spread out. You can't use the boundary. You cannot go for 6, otherwise you will be caught out. So what you can do? Just play like this. Go and run in between the path. That is called stealing the singles. Stealing the singles. And that is how by stealing the singles you can win the match. Similarly, saving the time minute by minute. Tipe sarovar bharaya. In Gujarati there is a proverb, tipe sarovar. One drop, every drop makes it a pond. Similarly, when you are not able to save time by hours, you save time by minutes. 1 minute. Okay. You are sleeping for 7 hours. Can you sleep 1 minute less? You ask the doctor. Supposing instead of 7 hours, if I sleep for 6 hours and 59 minutes, doctor, what will happen to me? Doctor says, you put nothing will happen to you. You have wasted your time and my time. Isn't it? So can you say 1 minute there? Likewise, supposing you are eating for 1 hour, can you make it 59 minutes? If you are eating for half an hour, can you make it 29 minutes? Every activity, try to save 1 minute. And you will find every day you are saving 15 minutes. 15 minutes every day you are saving. With this 15 minutes, you can perform miracles. Every day if you read 15 minutes, whatever time you have saved, if you invest in reading the books of Swami Vivekananda or some inspiring reading, some books on self-development, within 3 months you will become so powerful. So many powerful ideas will come to you. You can change your whole personality. Transformation will come to you. By whatever time you have saved, 1 by 1 minute, these minutes can give you lot of other power, mental power. So, save minute by minute. Then, taming the monkey. Taming the monkey. You know monkey? You know monkey? You have to tame the monkey. And where is the monkey? Where is the monkey? Inside your mind, isn't it? Swami Vivekananda said, some people told Swamiji, when I go to meditate, my mind wanders here and there. Then Swamiji said, this is very natural. Why? Our mind is like a monkey. And then he says, there was a monkey. You know, monkey are by very nature, they are very much restless, always jumping. So there was a monkey who was very restless by nature, always jumping. And then what happened? Somebody made him drink a lot of wine, so he started jumping more. And then some scorpion stung him, so he started jumping more. And then one ghost entered into his body. Now you can see something. Similarly, says our mind is like a monkey, very restless by nature, and day and night we are drinking wine of desire. I want to have this motorcycle, I want to have this type of mobile, I want to go like this, I want to go for Mussoorie for this picnic, I want to have this one. So many desires we are having. We like taking wine. So mind becomes more restless. And then scorpion is jealousy. This fellow went ahead of me. Why he went? How can he go ahead of me? I will pull his legs. That is jealousy. When jealousy comes, it becomes more restless. And then the force of ego. Don't you know where am I? I will show you. That is ego. When it enters, the monkey becomes more restless. Swami Vivekananda says our mind is like a monkey. Restless by nature, and then it has become more restless by drinking the wine of desire. It become more restless by the scorpion, by jealousy, and by the ghost of ego, it has become more restless. Very difficult to tame this monkey. But if you don't tame this monkey, you cannot have time management. Because you must have self-discipline. Lot of our time is gossiping because we don't have control over taming. We don't know how to tame the monkey. Monkey is telling, let me do gossiping, and so you are doing gossiping. Monkey says, let me have internet chatting and cheating. So I will have internet chatting and cheating. Oh my God, whole night is gone. And now it is time for me to go to the school. Social networking, taken hold of time. Chatting, taken hold of time. What to do? I have to go to the school. And then in the school, the teacher is teaching. Like whole night chatting. So, why this happened? Because the monkey was not under control. So, taming the monkey. Now, you is utilizing the time management tools. What are the time management tools? Alarm clock, then time calendar, planning calendar, all this can be used properly. Then only you will get proper time management. We is very fine. So, I went to the airport because the time flight was 10:30, so 9:30 is the reporting nowadays. After that I find, that flight has been cancelled. I should have verified. Then next flight is after 3 hours, so come back to the ashram, again go to the airport, lot of diesel loss, lot of time loss, and I can't do nothing, I can do nothing, I lost. Otherwise, had I verified that this flight has been cancelled, they have accommodated in the afternoon flight, morning I would have done my office work. What a great amount of loss. Why? Because of my foolishness, I did not verify the timing. Isn't it? So similarly for everything. I want to go to somebody. I want to meet him. So, what do? Acha, let us go. Some people they complain. Swamiji, we went to your office, you were not there. I said, my program was 3 months back, it was already fixed. That AMA, my lectures have been announced. It is in the website also, my website also. You should confirm. You should telephone me in advance. And you say, now you complain that you are not in Vadodara. Already written 3 months back, I am not in Baroda. So you verify whether I am in Baroda or not. You verify from my website, you verify from the website, from my program, you verify by telephoning my office whether I am there or not, and then you complain you are not there. Whose fault? So I must verify. If I go to a particular place where the person is there or not, take a prior appointment, whether the person is there in the station or not, whether he will be available in the office. Suppose if I give an appointment to somebody else, even if I am in Baroda, I may not be able to meet you because I have given an appointment to somebody else. Then you pressurize me, Swamiji, you are spending so much time, but that charity commissioner had taken time from me 1 month back. Now she has come. I must spend time with her. And you did not take any appointment, and now you are showing your Dadagiri, humko aap milte nahi. So what can I do? You did not fix at the time an appointment. So that is why this verify before you go to meet somebody, verify, take appointment, verify the person is there or not. Before you go to the airport, verify the flight is there or not in time. Verify, before you go to the railway station, verify how much is the train late or not, and then you go. That will save your time. Then W is very important. There is something called wastage of our time. All of us are wasting time. And you know where you are wasting. You find out, write down. How much time you are wasting on what activities? Internet, social networking, telephone, SMS. You write down how much time you are spending on all these activities which are not productive. In the examination paper, they are not going to ask you how many SMS you received on 27th of May. They are not going to ask you. So, what is going to be useful to you in your life? You write down. What are the productive activities we are doing? Whatever activities which are not going to be helpful is all unproductive activities. They are all wastage of time. So, this wastage will be minimized. I am not saying wastage to be eliminated, because I know you will not be able to do that. You like to do that wastage, I know. You are so fond of wasting your time. But what I am saying is try to reduce it little by little. You like to waste their time, I know. But try to reduce as much as possible. You are young, naturally you want to waste time in SMS, in games, in cricket, in films, in TV, on internet. You like to waste, you feel great joy in wasting the time. Okay, you waste, but try to reduce a little, gradually. Then you will find lot of time at your disposal. You will be able to do lot of productive activities. Then, X is Xerox. Xerox your schedule, and Xerox copies should be given to all your friends, or all your colleagues, or to your boss, and to your colleagues. So they know what is your schedule what activities you are doing for the next week or next month, and what is your daily schedule, what time you are available, everything they will know. So 10 to 11 if you are working in your office for some important assignment, they should not disturb you between 10 to 11. Supposing you are a student, you write down your timetable, make a Xerox copy, give to your mom. Mom, this is the time of my study, 10 to 12, please do not disturb. If you want me to go to the market to buy some vegetable, I will do it between 12 to 3. But 10 to 12 is my time slot for my study. Likewise, you prepare the Xerox copies of your schedules and plans and programs and give to the concerned persons so that they do not disturb you again during that time when you are busy with some productive work. Why? Why is important? What is why? Now you will ask the question. You are told all many techniques, but will it work? Yes, it will work. But can I do it? Yes, you can do it. Unless until you say, Yes, I can do it. Yes, I can save my time. Yes, I can manage this time properly, better. Unless until that confidence comes, all these techniques will be useless to you. That confidence must be there. Yes, I can do it. And I will do it. Maybe little. Maybe little. One item out of this, any one item do you like? You implement. One item you like? You implement. To the extent possible you implement and you see the result. I am not telling 100%. Little by little you go and try to find out. But this confidence must come to you. Yes, I can do it. I will do it. How many of you can say why? How many? Raise your hands. You can do it and you must do it. From today or from tomorrow? Today. काम करे सो आज कर. आज करे सो अब. पल में पल्ले होएगी, बहुरी करे वो कर. Last, Z. Z is for Zoom. Have a nice sleep. Zoom means nice sleep. Nice sleep. If you have a nice sleep in the night, then whole day you will be fresh. Otherwise, whole day you will be just dozing like this. And whatever I told, even now some people are dozing. Why? Because night you did not have good sleep naturally. Naturally it happens. So night you must have good sleep and proper sleep. Optimum sleep. Neither less nor more. Food, optimum food, neither less nor more. That is why in the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Yukta ar viharasya, Yukta chestasya karmasu, Yukta sapnava bodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkha. If you want to be yogi, then you must have moderation in eating and sleeping. So don't sleep more, don't sleep less. Proper rest is must. Gandhiji used to take a nap in the afternoon. He said, it's very necessary for the body to be fresh always. So in the noon he will take a nap. Because early morning he used to get up. So normally in the monks also from Krishna, because early morning we get up at 3:30, 4 o'clock. Night before 11 we can't go to bed. So we must take 5 to 6 hours. So noon time we compensate by taking 1 hour rest. 1 hour nap can give you lot of freshening up. Almost a day starts, the morning when you start you are so fresh. That freshening up comes twice a day to you. Then you take an afternoon nap. But in the modern arena, nowadays most of the offices there are the whole day time, so you can't take the nap. So you will have to go for the option of only getting up late in the morning. You can't get up early. If you get up early morning, you have to have a noon nap, or you have to go to sleep early morning. Early to bed, early to rise. That's a very bad good thing. No? What is the next sentence? Yeah, so that you know. But it is not possible for you, I know. Anyway, so I have given the gist of it. What is the time now? 12:45. Any item which is left out from what we have told? We have covered A to Z, techniques of time management. Then another item is 2 more items. 2 more items are left out. How to get more than 24 hours. Isn't it? That is written there. Have you got that paper?
No.
You don't have the paper, that announcement of this program? Nobody? Oh, you must take that paper today itself. And because that paper gives the announcement of tomorrow's program also. Tomorrow I am going to speak on how to win the game of life between 9:30 to 12:30. It is only 3 hours. So that paper you take and get yourself enrolled. That paper everyone otherwise you must get. That is why you do not know the items that are left out. 2 items left out. One is how to get more than 24 hours a day. I asked a person, I asked a boy, can you get more than 24 hours a day? He said it is not possible. Everybody gets 24 hours. Then I said, if I give you more than 24 hours? He said, it is not possible. But I said, if I give you, it's not possible. I will give you. He tells me how I will give you. He was very intelligent. He thought for some time. He said, yes, it is possible. How it is possible? How it is possible? Yes, how? How to get more than 24 hours a day? How to get more than 24 hours a day? I told that boy, and he had to agree, yes, you can give more than 24 hours a day to me. I'll tell you. Swami Vivekananda was in his our headquarters, Swami Vivekananda started Ramakrishna Math Mission. And I'm going to talk about Swami Vivekananda today evening. All of you must come. Swami Vivekananda, a global leader for a global civilization. It is open to all. Your parents also can come. Your friends can come. It's open to all. You must come. Swami Vivekananda, a global leader for a global civilization. I will tell only one incident just now. The rest of the things I will tell in the evening. So Swamiji was, he started Ramakrishna Mission. And there are 172 branches all over the world. So headquarters in Belumar. And that Belumar was started by Swamiji, and there is a particular room in which Swamiji used to stay. That room has been kept intact. Even now if you go to Belumar, you'll find out that room on the first floor in the building. Exactly it has been kept as the time of Swamiji, his table, his chair, his turban, his clothes, his musical instrument, everything is kept as it is. I am talking about, Swami Vivekananda was born on 12 January 1863, as you know, and his birthday is celebrated as National Day, 12 January. And he left his body on 4 July 1902 at the age of 39 years. A few days before he passed away, he was sitting in his room and he was reading a book. The name of the book is Encyclopedia Britannica. Big volumes are there, Encyclopedia Britannica. At that time his disciple came. The name of the disciple is Sharat Chandra Chakravarti. And after seeing so many books, he said, oh my God, so many books, it will take whole lifetime to read all these books. Swami, what do you say? Only a few days back these volumes have come. I have already finished 10 volumes and now I am reading the 11th volume. Such big volumes? We have finished 10 volumes in few days. Impossible. It's not possible. I do not believe. Then Swamiji said, you don't believe? Okay. From these first 10 volumes, you ask any question that you want to ask. And the disciple went on asking so many questions from the book, and the Swamiji answered all the replies, and all the replies correct replies. And sometimes Swamiji even quoted the very language of the book without seeing the book. Then the disciple was very much astonished. Swamiji, this is a miracle. Swami said, this is not miracle. That is the power of concentration of mind. If your concentration of mind, 10 hours study can be done in 1 hour. Many students are asking, how is it possible 10 hours study in 1 hour? I said, it is not possible. It is possible because at present we are doing 1 hour study in 10 hours. Taking the book, eyes are in the book and mind. यस कल जो देखा वो टीवी पे वो हीरो जा रहा था उसके पीछे वो विलेन के पीछे वो रास्ते से जाता तो जल्दी पकड़ता है तू किस रास्ते जा रहा देख तो भाई कितना पेज निकल गया मैं क्या पढ़ रहा था हीरो विलेन कहाँ से आ गया Does it happen? Isn't it? कितना पेज निकल गया At present we are doing 1 hour study in 10 hours because of lack of concentration of mind. If we get concentration of mind 10 hours study can be done in 1 hour. How much left out? 9 hours. Isn't it? So 24 plus 9. I have given you 9 hours, X. If you can get Swami Vivekananda concentration, but it is not possible. It's not possible to get concentration of Swami Vivekananda. At least this much can happen. By a lot of concentration, you can do 4 hours study in 2 hours. Even then you get 2 hours extra. Not only study in games, sport, in everything, you can do Kamal ho jati if you can do miracle by having more of concentration of mind. So, how to get more than 24 hours a day is by power of concentration of mind. And then, how to now, $1 million question is how to get concentration of mind. Isn't it? I am going to talk about it tomorrow because that is one of the important topics, how to win the game of life. The most important thing for winning the game of life is that concentration. I am going to talk about tomorrow, but I will just give a glimpse today. So, because all of you may not be able to come. If you come, that will be nice. So, remember, C is directly proportional to P, where C is equal to concentration and P is equal to purity of the mind. Purer the mind, greater is the concentration of mind. This is the formula given by Swami Nikhileswarananda. So that is one thing. How to get 24 hours more than 12. Last item, stress management versus time management. Both are related. If you are not able to do time management properly, you will have a lot of stress. And if you are not able to manage your stress properly, you will not have time management. So both are interdependent. That is why I am telling you, if you can properly time manage your time, then your stress will be less, your strain will be less. Vice versa, if you are able to properly manage your stress levels, and if you are properly in proper frame of mind, you will be able to perform much better in the better time management. Swami Vivekananda says, the calmer we are, the less disturbed our nerves, the better will our work be, the more shall we love, and the better will our work be. The calmer we are, the less disturbed our nerves, the more shall we love, and the better will our work be. So, this calmness, if you are stress-free, you will be able to perform better. And when you are able to perform better, you will be able to do 2 hours job in 1 hour. And because of that, you will have better time management. And you will be able to do a lot of other items in hand. So, all these things are interrelated. Efficiency, proficiency, dexterity, concentration of mind, stress, and at the same time concentration, at the same time time management. These are all related things. One depends upon the other. They are all interdependent. So if you want really to have proper time management, you have to tame the monkey, you have to control your mind. If you want to control your time, you must control your mind. You must have self-discipline. Reduce your wastage of time. Reduce your gossiping. Reduce your wastage of time. And all these things are interrelated. And if you have less of stress, you will be able to perform much better. And the greater the concentration, the greater will be your performance. The less time will be required, and so you will have better time management. So these are all related. So I have given you a glimpse of the time management techniques. Now, you can ask any number of questions. Okay? If you want, you can write down the question and send to me, or you can stand up and ask me, whatever way you want. Yeah. The best way to avoid your time management. The best way to avoid time wasters. What are the time wasters for you? First to find out. Every member and telephone talking, research telephone, and newspaper. Okay. Now, you find out write down all these items. Supposing if you reduce the time, what is the loss to you find out? Supposing if you do not read newspaper, or if you read the newspaper for shorter time, who is going to blame you? No, but you are not going to blame yourself. Are you going to lose something? If you don't read newspaper for half an hour, how much can? Yeah. So you do one thing. How much time you are spending on newspaper? My God. How many newspapers do you read? 3 English and 3 Gujarati. 3 English and 3 Gujarati. Oh my God. You are a really voracious reader. So you start with 2 English and 2 Gujarati. I think so. That will reduce half an hour minimum. You start with that. Likewise, you try little by little you start. Don't go for a drastic change. Don't give up newspaper. From 6 newspapers, you make it 4. Okay? I think there will be no loss to you if you reduce the number of newspapers.
Because why are they doing so many people are basically just asking about the internet and very much I wanted to do.
It's very good, but if you can reduce that time of newspaper and replace it by 2 hours of reading good books on Swami Vivekananda or on some good books which will give you not only all types of, one of our management consultants said, don't read newspapers in the morning. The energy level goes down. Because newspapers are bad, newspapers are sad, and newspapers make you mad. Only sad items are there. In the front page, always, you will never find a positive item. Dr. Kalam said, when I went to Iraq or some other country, there I found in newspaper there was some terrorist attack, but that item was there in some inside newspaper, nobody is inside, very small block. And in the front page, somebody had made some research on how to make the best use of the rainwater. That was in the front page in very big letters. Here, if there is a murder opposite AMA, there will be some news, immediately AMA photo will come. But so many programs are going on, no newspaper will give you. Positive, these items will not be there. Newspapers are bad, newspapers are sad. Only sad news will be there in the front page. Not good news, happy news will never be there. Because they want to sell newspaper, they want masala khabar. Murder हुआ तो कुछ मसाला का खबर हुआ, और मर्डर नहीं हुआ तो क्या हुआ? तो कोई उसने एएमए को छापने का क्या जरूरत? एएमए के सामने मर्डर हुआ। रामकृष्ण मिशन विवेकानंद मेमोरियल, in Baroda I am there. For 40 years we were struggling to get that memorial building. At long last, on 18th April 2005, we got that Dilaram Bungalow in which Swami Vivekananda himself stayed as the guest of the then Diwan Manibhai Jadbhai. After a long effort, we got it. And it was a very old building, dilapidated building. We are trying to renovate it. We have invested 25 lakhs of rupees already. Plus we are investing more, but we want to make it the same old building because Swamiji stayed there. It's a very historic place. So we want to maintain that. And we have started many service activities. And we give so many news items. But they never printed our photograph of that memorial building. Never. During last 6 years, they never printed. But 2 years back, they printed a photograph. I was amazed. The photograph of memorial building came in the newspaper. Why it happened? Because there was a big cyclone in Baroda, and so the tree which was in front of the ashrama, it fell down, and there the car was going, so car was smashed. So they took a photograph of the car, and that car was just in front of the memorial building. The photograph of memorial building came. So we have to, but frankly, I did not bring the cyclone, and I did not fell the tree, and I did not make that accident. But it was accidentally that accident happened, and so the photograph came of that my building. And that was a very wonderful newspaper. It took out the photograph of the building. So newspapers, they are interested only in masala khabar. So you have to have some cyclone, you have to have some murder, then only your photograph will come. So that is why newspapers are bad, newspapers are sad, they will give sad news only and bad news only. Good news they will not give. And that is why it will make you mad. So you reduce the number of newspapers, if not 6, at least make it 4. First to begin with. Yeah. So that is very easy. You keep maunam. You just keep maunam. If there is objection, go away. Yeah. Mobile, you change your number. You change your number suddenly. There are many people who change their numbers. And you give the number only to a few people. Change the number. There are so many ways. But where there is a will, there is a way. Yeah. Anybody else? Yeah.
While doing chatting and all this, I was very, all the youngsters are observing their users and all. Suppose I am reading some book or something like that, after reading some reading, I get little bit bored, sleepiness आ गया है, सो जाता है कभी. उसका
I did not get the question.
Interest is not there. Suppose I am reading a good book, so Allah ने अपने से पढ़ेंगे, आगे पे वही बनाएगा.
Yeah. No, I I understand. ये होता है. इंटरनेट चैटिंग में कितना घंटा निकल जाएगा पता नहीं पड़ता है. स्वामी जी का किताब 15 मिनट पढ़ने से हाइडअप हो जाता है. But that is because your choice of the book is not book. I'll tell you, there's some books is there. There is one set of books you will get. A special constitutional rate. That is the treasure box. You take the treasure box, small books are there. Don't take up big books. Take small books. Within 1 hour you can finish one book. Treasure box. And there is another box, Arise Awake. These are all at concessional rate you will get. And you will find it so powerful and so interesting. Take up the life of Swami Nikhileswarananda, just like a novel. No novel is equivalent to that life of Swami Nikhileswarananda, full of incidents and so many thrilling incidents. And you, along with him, you can move all over the world. He went to America, he went to Europe, we traveled with him. And so many incidents happened. So if you take up some interesting books, then this will not happen. That is number one. Choice of books is very important. Number one. Second, you start with 15 minutes. Start with 15 minutes. Start with the minimum, practice the easiest. That is the way of increasing your willpower. Okay, start with 15 minutes. Then when your mind has become settled down and it wants more, make it half an hour. But you must have a rationing for everything. This much time for meditation, this much time for prayer, this much time for instrumental reading, this much time for your study, this much time for internet chatting, this time for TV, idiot box, everything you chop up. If you cannot eliminate, okay, reduce it, minimize it. If you cannot eliminate gossiping, reduce gossiping. If you cannot eliminate internet chatting, okay, reduce it. And sometimes it's good also. Sometimes it's good also. You can have more friends. It's very good. At the same time, there is danger also. As I told you, a lot of chatting, cheating going together. So you have to make a judicious use of your instruments and of your time. Most important is time management. If you can properly manage your time, you will be great. You will become great. Most important as far as, of course, is deciding the goal of life, which I will tell you tomorrow. Yeah. What do you mean by the time is curved? That is Einstein's theory of relativity. The time is curved. You have to read the books of Einstein. And his theory of relativity, they say, nobody in the world could understand that theory except Einstein. Whereas he also knows or not, we do not know. What we mean by time is not constant. Time is not, I did not say time is not constant. I say time is relative. And time is not absolute. There is one absolute reality which is unchanging. Related to that, the time is changing. But something has to be there constant. Then only with that constant we can say that this time is changing. Any event is changing. Why? Constant to that. So some constant has to be there. Could you suggest any book on time management? Time management, now whatever lecture I am giving, that book will come out. If you really like the techniques, should he bring out a book? I do not know whether they will bring out a CD or not, but at least book they will bring out. Because normally they record, but today they have not recorded, I think. They have recorded? Okay, so then the CD will also come out. But it will be audio CD, not DVD. Normally they bring out DVD. Then power of concentration. Yes, you will get the books below in the bookstore. There are very good books on concentration. Yeah. There will be one DVD you will get, Total Personality Development. My lecture given at AMA. That gives lot of suggestions on concentration of mind. The name of the DVD is The Total Personality Development. It contains the lecture of Dr. Kalam, also at Porbandar, which he gave on 12 January 2006. So that DVD is very important, Total Personality Development. And then there are other DVDs of my lectures in South Africa, Management of Everyday Life, and then Women Empowerment Development and other things in South Africa, lectures on Gita in South Africa, Happiness and Peace in Everyday Life, Managing Stress. Yeah, one more DVD you will get, Meditation for Excellence in Life. Meditation if you do, it will increase your concentration, that will affect your time management. So meditation for action like that CD you have to get it. And there are some books on concentration, is Secret of Concentration. There is one Student's Treasure also. One book is there, Student's Treasure. And as I told you, 2 boxes. One treasure box, one is Youth of India, that is Era is Awake. These 2 boxes are very important, and these books will help you a lot in improving your concentration level, in improving your confidence level, and also in your time management.
I just wanted to ask you a question about making a routine. And I have earlier made some schedule for the day. So like 2 hours for study. What happens is when I try to study or any homework, I like to be strong habits, but I tend to get slow. At work, and so this attitude of mine, then kind of discourages me that probably I won't be able to finish the work in 2 hours.
I understand. So as I told you once again, there are 2 things which happens with making a routine. Number 1, it becomes monotonous. Every day you are doing the same thing, and it becomes monotonous. So what I will suggest is that you should have one routine for weekdays and one routine for weekends. On holiday you should have separate routine. On holidays you can spend a little more time on internet chatting, on your TV, edit box, on your gossiping, little more. You can afford to spend, because that day you don't have to go to school. It's a holiday. So that day you can afford. So you can have a separate timetable for holidays. That will bring variety into your timetable. It will break monotony. That is number 1. Second thing is that you are not able to finish the job. That is what happens. If you are given 2 hours for your study, you must give it 2.5 hours. Isn't it? Then only you will be able to finish it off. So try to make it 2.5 hours if you are falling short of time. So you have to see for yourself how much time is required to finish your homework. So put it homework 1.5 hours. How much time required for study? You put it like that. First of all, how much minimum time for sleeping? You put that sleep. So how much minimum time for eating? That you have to do. These 2 items you have to do. Then you have to take bath. For that also, bathing, you make some little time. These are essential items. And then study. And after all these essential items are there, whatever time is left, in that you do all the non-essential items. I again told you ABC analysis very much. First A items. What is the most important item you write down? Study is most important item? Okay. Study requires 2.5 hours, you give 2.5 hours. Then whatever is left out time, that time you allocate to gossiping, these, that. You understand? And if you are not able to follow a timetable, don't worry. Make another timetable. And then try to make it practicable. If you don't follow, doesn't matter. 50% you are following, even Gandhiji could not follow 100%. How can you follow 100%? Someday there will be visitors, someday you will have a headache, someday you have to go with your friend to cinema. So it will get disturbed, don't worry. At least you are following something, gradually you will make it more and more. Don't worry about that. In the beginning, if you fail to 100% carry out your plans, don't worry. It will not come in a day. Mind you, it is a long drawn struggle. But once you can tame the monkey, then you will be on the top of the world. Taming the monkey. That is very important. Yeah. So any other question? So now, have you got all of you this one? This paper? Okay. So in that, all my CDs list is there, and important books are there. List of important 80 books are there, which are good for particularly the youth and for value education. And then there are 27 CDs are there. All these are available down below. On the back side you will find interesting books for children on the first last page. Last page you go. Last page. Last page there are 2 headings. Interesting books for children. Again there is another heading. Interesting books for children. No, it is wrong. Wrong printing. It is interesting books for youth. Yeah, you have to correct it. And then another thing is that How many are there? 2, 6, 2. How many? 47. Okay. I will give you, at the end of the program, I will like to give you a good gift. You like a gift? Small gift, but very invaluable gift. This is the gift. Everybody will get it. This contains a beautiful quotation of Swami Vivekananda, and on the backside, my website is given. Website of our ashram. That is www.rkmvododara.com. And if you put rkmvododara.com/sn, as for Swami and for Nikhileswarananda, and that will give my personal website. From that personal website, you can download many of my articles and CDs and all that. So, that is rkmvm.com/sn. You have to put /sn. So this I am going to give you at the end. So that website will be there. From that website you will get my email ID. If you have to ask me any question, you can ask me any question over that email ID. No problem. So this will be given to you at the end of the program. And other books you will get below. And tomorrow I am going to give a workshop on how to win the game of life. You please take that paper from below. Those of you who not got this today's program, in the file is not there? Oh, I see why it happened. There is a banner, but there are some pamphlets, you know. Pamphlets are there. That pamphlet should have been given to everybody. You take that pamphlet from below. It is available. Take that pamphlet. That is all the subjects that we have covered today and the subject we are going to cover tomorrow. And today evening, 6:30, I am going to speak on Swami Vivekananda, a global leader for a global civilization. That is open to all. You can bring your parents, your friends, no problem. So I am very happy to have talked to you. I give a lot of thanks to your passion, hearing. Thank you very much.